Hello, fiction fans. T.H. Leatherman here. Today we're going to discuss the Terran Confederacy in the Burning Sun universe. Yep, that's right, humans in space with technology. There is not a dominant culture in the Terran Confederacy. Each planet generally has its own culture. The people of Aspen have an Arabic culture. The people of Shoshing have a Chinese culture. The people on Freya have a culture that's a mixture of Nordic and Japanese cultures. And the people on Eureka have a mining camp culture. The senators at the center of the Confederacy are power-hungry. More power! As a result, when their goals come in conflict with civil liberties, typically civil liberties go out the window. As humans have moved out among the stars, they've discovered interesting new foods on different worlds that are biocompatible. For simplicity purposes, there are no left-handed and right-handed sugars and amino acids in the Burning Sun universe. The chemistry term is chirality. At least, not yet. Most of the races in the Burning Sun universe can eat each other's food. However, humans cannot tolerate erythazon food because of all the heavy metals in it. At the time that humans discovered spaceflight, there was no unified government on Earth. As a result, those colony ships were privately funded or funded by national interests. So at the beginning, there were no real conflicts. 100 years later, when the Earth became one unified government, half the colonies didn't want to join. Enter the first Terran warships and planetary shield technology. When the Terran fleet entered a colony world system, the result was never in doubt. Unfortunately, what was left was pretty much a wasteland. It didn't take long for the senators and the Confederacy to figure out taking things over by force, not a good idea. The Terran Confederacy then developed a policy of taking things over by subterfuge. If you've ever read the history of Hawaii, it's a lot like that. They would insert their own people on a world to infiltrate the population and the local government, and then make those governments sympathetic to the Terran Confederacy. There is no dominant religion in the Terran Confederacy. Aspen has more of an Islamic religion going on, while most of the core worlds are Christian. As the Terran Confederation grew larger and more unwieldy, it became harder and harder for the senators to reach agreement. When the erythazon became a threat, the remainder of the independent colonies were able to retain their independence. The Terran Confederacy is a republic with a prime minister. However, you shouldn't confuse this with the governments of France, Germany, and the United States. The government of the Terran Confederacy is more like Yemen, Sudan, and Syria. It looks fine on the surface, but there's a lot of corruption going on underneath. As the Terran Confederacy expanded, they also consolidated all the power in the central government. This led to a lot of inequities in military and economic aid. At the time of the Burning Sun series, civic pride in the Confederacy is waning. People are starting to lose faith in the central government. As with most governments, megacorporations in the Burning Sun universe exert a lot of pressure on the government through bribes and favors. When these corporations steal technology from the Muscat, a lot of times they can get away with it because of their influence in the government. This drives a wedge between the Terrans and the Muscat. If the Terrans, Muscat, and Drew could work together, they could defeat the erythazon. The erythazon know this. As mentioned in one of my earlier episodes, the erythazon are zealots. They're not stupid. The erythazon act behind the scenes with media savvy. They spin the truth to match what they want the truth to be. They exert political influence through bribes and threats. They encourage racketeering. And then they turn around and leak the evidence to various media outlets, thereby weakening the Terran Confederacy. Dun dun dun! Several of the characters in the Burning Sun books indicate that they are concerned about the collapse of the Terran Confederacy. If something doesn't happen to stop it, it will happen. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I post weekly. If you have questions or want me to cover a topic, please message me on Facebook. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like or comment below. So long, fiction fans!